Hey y'all, how are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I've been away for a bit. I'm back, rejuvenated, refreshed, ready to get going. I had some mixed feelings about some things, and I had gotten some stuff in, tried it out, because it started early. It started like back in November, and I realized it just wasn't going to work for me. So I went back and forth over some things. When I finally got ready to film it, and I was like, okay, I've got it all figured out, my shoulder ended up out of commission because for 2 months I had compensated with my right arm because my left elbow had tennis elbow and I could barely move I couldn't turn a doorknob, I couldn't hold a cup of coffee. It was a mess. So I'm back. I'm so happy to be back. It's been a little while. I thought we'd start with my 2022 planner lineup, but before we get started, if you're new here, my name is Burgess Taylor. I'm otherwise known as Journey with Burgess on the social stuff. You might want to grab you a cuppa because this is going to be a bit of a chatty one, and that's how I roll. So before I flip the camera around and we start talking about the planners and stuff like that, I wanted to talk a bit about January, and I also wanted to talk a bit about why this is late. I avoided this video for a bit. I filmed the planner journal lineup about 6 or 7 times, to be honest, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't. I tried. I was having issues. I'm not even sure what the last video was that I posted on YouTube. I know it's been a while. But I was avoiding the 2022 lineup for the planners because I wasn't really sure of what exactly I was going to be using and how I was going to be using such things. I had started out in November with one of the things that I thought I'd try again, only in a different size, and I got the A5 Wonderland 222 planner and journal. Now, there's nothing wrong with the journal. As a matter of fact, I will probably end up using the journal later on once 1 or 2 of the journals get filled up that I'm using now. But the planner, I tried it from November until towards the end of December. So for about 6 weeks, I used it. And I could not deal with not having a space for the to-dos for the weekly. I also could not stand having the Saturday and Sunday combined into one column. It just didn't work for me. The pages in the back work really well for collections and stuff like that. No problem there. Was going to use the journal for the daily pages and for some bigger collections or projects. That went to the wayside. Like I said, I'm still going to use the journal. I have actually taken some pages out of the Wonderland 222 and plan on tipping them in or gluing them into certain things. We're going to see. I know, but it's my planner. I've already bought it, and I might as well make use of it. There were some other things that I wasn't sure about, and I played around with some things all throughout December. But what really helped me make up my mind was the fact that the last couple of months of the year, I was down. Like, I couldn't really do much. And at the very end of the year, because of the right shoulder, I wasn't able to do anything. Like, I couldn't edit a video because of the way that your arm works with the mouse, and that I couldn't do it because of my shoulder. I could film if I held the camera with my left hand, or if I filmed like here with the webcam, but I couldn't edit because I can't do a mouse with my left hand. So anyway, let's get to January and 2022. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. This year, I chose the word balance. I need more balance in my life with work, home, and life. I need more balance in my life with mind, body, spirit. I need for those things to be in harmony with each other, which is balance. There are a lot of other things, like my health. I need some things to be in balance, like my blood pressure's gotten better, and I think my cholesterol's gotten better, but for some reason my pulse is still pretty high, so I think that has to do with maybe anxiety or something else. I also need to work on walking every day, moving my body every day, something or another. And so I've got these goals. I didn't make any resolutions. I don't do resolutions anymore. I do intentions and goals. Let's start with January. January is actually the month of doorways. It also happens to be International Coffee Gourmet Month. And I actually have a gourmet coffee in my cup. I found on discount at one of those places. Was it Burke's Outlet or TJ Maxx or somewhere? It was white chocolate mocha ground coffee, y'all. And it is delicious. Oh, it's so good. We're opening the door to a new year, or we've already opened the door to a new year. January was named for the Roman god Janus, who is the protector of gates and doorways. Janus is depicted with two faces, one looking into the past and the other looking to the future. But that's figuratively, you are looking into the past and savoring what you achieved, and looking to the future, believing that it is about to serve realities unsurpassed by mere expectations. Now, every year I go through, and this is the almanac, and every year I go through this book, and I find stuff that I really like each month. It has like a thing, and I go through. Now, one of the things I'm still doing is this year of self-care, daily practices and inspiration for caring for yourself. We're going to do that in a minute because it talks about goals, goals, goals. When you feel like quitting, think about why you started. I really liked this affirmation. I am a vessel of strength, joy, and resiliency. I fill myself up daily so that I can serve myself and my people in the way in which I was created. Like a cocooned butterfly, I am growing and changing in the most beautiful ways. I really liked that affirmation. Part of our planning should be making our self-care a priority. That would be like scheduling your doctor appointments and stuff like that. And this is a reminder of certain things that have to do with self-care. Like every month is a different theme. And January's month is reset, which is pretty cool. On to the next. Like I said, I will leave the link to both of these books. You might have to find somewhere like Thrift Books, which is where I got mine. Okay, so let's talk for just a minute about the planners, and I'm going to flip this around. I knew I needed something that I could put work down a little bit separately in more detail than the home life personal stuff. And I knew I needed something a little bit more specific for me personally. And then I knew I needed like my bullet journal, which is sort of a small version now of everything. I knew I needed certain things because I am a journaler at heart. I'm a journaler at heart. And my whole system for planning is based on how my brain works. And I've tried a whole lot of different methods, a whole lot of different systems that other people have shown or that I've researched and found out about. I've read books. I've watched videos. When I was young, I was a manager. I kept a calendar, and I also, I either had a desk calendar along with a little pocket calendar, and that's what I kept everything in. And then I had like a running to-do list on a legal pad or one of those steno books or something, you know, like with the ring at the top. Or like a composition notebook. Anything really, whatever I had on hand. So I had a running to-do list, and I used like a key. Like I had an asterisk for things I needed to, that were important and I needed to sort of do something else with. I used a star for something priority. And then like I used a check to say I started it. And then I made it an X whenever I completed it. And if it was something that didn't need to be on the list anymore, if it got canceled or whatever, I just drew a line through it. Very similar to the bullet journal method key. Nowadays, things have changed, and my system has changed a bit with all of that, but my core system is still a calendar and a list. I'm a list person. I also am not a rapid logger. I can do rapid logging where I just write down like a little thing, but I'm either very shorthand person or very longhand person. Like I'll write a couple of words or phrases, and that's my shorthand. That's my rapid logging. So anyway, we're gonna flip this camera around now. All right. So I'm gonna start with the bullet journal. This is the mini bullet journal, and I've done this because I can throw this in my bag, and I can go. If I'm out and about and I need to write some stuff in here. My theme for January is the doorway, passageway thing. So I chose one of the best doorways ever. And that's C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia. When you walk through the wardrobe into Narnia, that doorway, so I have the light post. Some journeys lead us far from home. Some adventures lead us to our destiny. So I have this like light post, light Narnia kind of theme going on. There's another lantern kind of thing. We've got the light coming here. So I just kept it kind of basic. It takes courage to grow up and become who you truly are, E.E. Cummings. Then we've got my to-dos and some ideas. I've actually done some of these, so I will go back in and cross them out. I've got a personal tracker. I need to go through and do these. I haven't done that yet. I'm a little bit behind. So here's today, and I have done some of these, and I need to fill them out. But that's all I have really in here. I started out with the future log, and I have birthdays listed there. I only did the future log for 6 months. And then I have this, pausing on purpose, small victories, an aura of calm, a work in progress, what do you want to change? When relentlessly racing from one task to another, it can be surprisingly easy to lose sight of who you are and what you believe is truly important. Taking the time to note down your thoughts can help you to reconnect with your inner self and see things more clearly. Is there a glare? A little bit. And I'm going to be filling this out. This is a tracker for the year. I have walk, yoga, other, get outside and move, and I'm going to, every week at the end of the week, I'm going to be filling it in from the other tracker. This is a cleaning tracker, and I actually have done some stuff, so this helps me just keep up with what I'm doing, and I've got everything set up for like half the year, okay? Nothing major here, and it's like not really a bullet journal so much as it's a calendar and a to-do list with some future logging, future planning. Now this is sort of an expense tracker as well as an everyday carry. It kind of goes hand in hand with that little A6. This is where I'm putting my expenses. And this will be, I'm color coding. So like if it has the yellow, then it's work stuff. If it doesn't, then it's home stuff. And then we've got the calendar, and I have things that are relevant. They're either bills that are coming out automatically, or they're bills that I need to pay, or they're doctor appointments, or certain things that are happening that I want to know about. And that's what I have in here. And my mom is the light purple. So everybody sort of has a color code, which is really important because I need to keep up with more than one person. So back here, I have been doing just a little bit of the self-care kind of stuff because I don't need to log expenses. I'll be talking about what they are and where, you know, so in here. And I thought about switching this to my wallet. I like these for things, but my cards, like debit card and driver's license and all, I don't like them being in this kind of pocket. But I can, if I needed to, carry this all by itself. It has a change purse, and I can put the cards in there. One of the other things is that I set up this, and this is sort of, this is the Me, Myself, and I journal. Mind, Body, Spirit. So I've got things that are for all about that kind of thing. I have went with a vibe for it. I've got to fill in the index, but I went with this vibe. And I went ahead and wrote all 480 pages down because I wanted to make sure I had enough room for everything. And then this is my word of the year, and I did some journaling and added some quotes and some things. And one of the things about balance is that balance has to do with proportions as well. And a lot of it has to do with perspective. And when I took this picture looking down, like I took the picture, this leg looks a little bit bigger than this leg, and it looks a little bit weird, like out of proportion. I wanted to remember, at first glance, things can seem balanced, but they're not always balanced. And sometimes things can seem out of balance, and they're not really out of balance. It's all about your perspective in some ways. I have a quote by Brandon Sanderson from The Hero of Ages. Somehow we'll find it, the balance between whom we wish to be and whom we need to be. But for now, we simply have to be satisfied with who we are. So this is where I have my tarot stuff for the year. I had a reading. I'm going to get another reading, but it's going to be a bit different. And I wrote down stuff. I really enjoyed doing the tarot pulls. I did the tarot and oracle for myself. I need to finish writing them out. And then this was something that I did for myself. It was a sort of thing for the year that I did. Weather the storms, help others weather the storms, and some of the things I want to concentrate on in 2022 is showing up, inspiring creativity, reminding people that it's about the journey, including reminding myself. Experiences are gained sometimes through journaling, if we're open with our journaling, because this needs to be moved. So I put this in here. I don't need an inspirational quote. I just need coffee. I thought that was cute. And then this is where I have some other things. I have that light post again. We meet no ordinary people in our lives. I watercolored this on watercolor paper and then added it into the journal. And I had done this in the background. This is all, it's different pieces of watercolor paper. Like this is a little bit of mixed media paper. This is watercolor paper, and I kind of put them in. Makes it a little bit chunky right here, but that's okay because I'm going to end up putting like washi tape on occasion down here. One of the words that came up for this year in the Oracle and Tarot stuff was guide. And it said, you are divinely guided. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does, William James. And so I wanted to remember whenever I get a little off course in my journey to remind myself of what this journey is about for 2022. So we have self-care, we have creative journaling, and daring to try creatively. We have personal and spiritual growth, mind, body, spirit, life, work, home. Learn who you are, unlearn who they told you to be. Re-examine all you have been told, dismiss what insults your soul, Walt Whitman. And then I have create, nurture your creative energy. And then we get into here, and the Tower is the card. It's my January card. The Eight of Cups is my 2022 card, which I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it, I think, elsewhere. Or maybe, anyway. So this is where I'm planning out something for creative journaling that we're going to get to. This is some creative journaling that I need to finish. This was my new moon stuff and my focus things. These are my focuses, my intentions and focus for the year for 2022. And this was the new moon, and I wrote, this year I will. It's things like listen to my body, do what I am good at without carrying the load for everyone and everything. And I have been doing that. I did that a lot last year and the year before. And I have to stop. And that's one of the things I'm working on in therapy. I finally started therapy. Right now it's the grief counseling part of therapy. And it feels really good to be doing that. And I'm learning a lot. Ask for help. I will have a spiritual practice, read, meditate, get outside in nature. I will value my health, mental and physical, and prioritize my self-care. I will seek fun, play, and laugh. I will connect with others. I will find and achieve, maintain balance between my life, work, and home, mind, body, and spirit. I will take time to pause and reflect. Pausing is extremely important. I just did a chat about that for Patreon. The power of the pause, or the power of pausing. I will give myself room to try new things and to continue to learn and grow and release what doesn't work without guilt. I will manifest the life I want to live in. And those are really important things. And then we get to here, which is today, and I have a quote and my little cup of coffee. And I'm not doing this every single day. I'm doing it whenever I feel necessary. Sometimes the affirmations and stuff will go in here and I will journal about it. Most of this has to do with my personal growth and my spiritual growth. And that's what this is about. So it isn't really a planner. I suppose I could have kept this for the journal, but I have some creative projects, and part of the creative project has to do with this. And so I'm going to be planning some things out in here. Like I have the creative journaling part in here. And this, like I said, it's me, myself, and I. So my two big projects for 2022, a creative journaling project and a personal and spiritual growth project. So this is my Hobonichi. For the month of January, I did sort of get, I had this washi tape that had little stars and snow, and one was lighter and one was darker, and it had the pine trees and stuff like that, and it looked like it had some light. So I put a C.S. Lewis quote here, there are far better things ahead than we leave behind. I'm all about some C.S. Lewis, I guess, for January. So I have things, and I'm putting little things each day. Like, I need to put some things. Sometimes it's sticker. Sometimes it's not. And I'm doing this so that I can remember whenever I go to do some journaling, I can remember what happened on that day. I'm reminded of things. So I have pre-decorated some of the Hobonichi. I'm not a real big sticker person, so having decorated some stuff already means that I don't have to go searching for stickers unless it's something I want to. And I do have some stickers that I really like that came from Sparkle and Shine Designs hand-drawn stickers. So this is the Pick Up Meds sticker. I also have some anxiety. Let me find. Okay, these are my work stickers. Then I have, there's some more. These are affirmation stickers. I moved the camera around, and so I'm still getting used to things, so y'all have to forgive me if I'm a little bit off with the camera. And then we get to the weekly section, and I did do some stuff in December. And then this is the actual first week. I've got Miss Selena. I went and got her one of her Christmas presents was, it's called a My Size Potty in Princess Pink. She picked it out. That's one of her gifts from me. My arm in a sling, and it says use swear words today. And this said pick up meds, and I did. And one of the reasons I had used swear words was how everywhere I went that day, I was waiting in line forever. Starbucks, Walgreens, everything I had to, inside, outside, everywhere. We went to Walmart. It was a huge line. It was a lot. So I'm keeping up with things. And sometimes it's just a matter of doing like different things. And then sometimes I'm writing things. Like this was a high anxiety day. Maria and I went out and about. We got some things done. This is Happy New Year. We drove to Orlando. That's where David's daughter's at. She's working at Universal Studios. And I wrote, I'm not okay. The drive to Orlando sucked. Traffic. Oh my goodness. 95. It was hell. What the actual F. And then I've got the Lunar New Year, which is not where that goes, but I wanted it to go there because it's the New Year. And I just liked it. And I think the Lunar New Year did not start December 21st, I believe. And then this is says not today anxiety, because my anxiety was like going sky high with all of the traffic and everything. And David is really, he's my ground. He keeps me grounded. And I was trying to keep him grounded that day because he was the one driving through all that mess. So I have a picture of the night sky in Orlando, and it's very dark. You can see the lights. But the reason I left it this way and didn't like really fix it is because this was the new moon. And I over 17,000 steps that day. So then this is this week so far, and I've got my to-dos, and I've been writing things out. And I will go in and watercolor the mug. I will go in and watercolor the potty. I will, on occasion, draw little things in here if I feel like it's necessary. I probably will draw like a suitcase here because I had to pack. This is a picture of Orlando. It's like outside the gate of Universal Studios because we drove back on Monday. And I wrote down the new moon ritual journaling because I did some of that journaling on the way home when David was driving. I'm tired. I need the whole pot. It's a teapot, or, you know, could do coffee. But anyway, I didn't have the coffee pot sticker. I had the teapot sticker. It works. We had to come back and I did laundry. And like I wrote back home in time to do laundry and cook dinner. And like this says pick up meds. I had to pick up one of my other meds. This said Rose class. And we had astrology class. I did a Patreon post with pictures for the studio update. The elephant in the room, y'all. The elephant in the room. I am going to do a studio tour. I am almost finished. I have moved some things around. As you can tell, I moved some things around. I'm really excited. I did more than just that stuff, though. I've actually moved my desk to a different area. I am now have this little, like, I have like a C thing going on, actually. So my desk kind of makes a C, because this would be the one part of the C. And it makes a C. Like, I have this shelf that was my brother's. I have all my ink on it. let's go to this. Could you see the ink? That's my owl with my essential oil wax kind of stuff. I have a bunch of my inks on this little wooden shelf that was my brother's. Yeah, I think it's fabulous. Back here you can see there's my chair and my black sweater's thrown over it. Let's see if I can move the mic. Okay, now I think, okay, there we go. So my backpack is down here, and I brought my whipping post tote out, and I am going to be redoing my bag, which is sitting in that chair. Some of this goes in my purse, and I was using a smaller purse when my shoulder was really, really bad. I didn't want to carry the whipping post tote. It's kind of heavy. But anyway, let's go back to what we were doing. Okay, so this is the Hobonichi. This is what I'm doing with the weekly, and most of this is logging little bits and pieces of the day as we go. That's what I'm doing. So we're going to write 2022. Alright, so I have little things in here. I don't really like, just small decorations in here. And then we get to this, and this is my vision board. I did it differently this year than I have in past years. And that's because I wanted to have things that really reminded me every time I open this what I want to concentrate on in 2022. So this is Rise and Shine, and it said good morning, and she's doing little stretches. Okay. This says balance. It says move, and this is travel. This is fun times. This is mind. I've got the strength card in tarot, and I've got a crown on the lion. These are blackbirds, which I've been seeing everywhere. Ravens and crows. I don't know what's going on. Vacation, self-care, love life, a little winking star, body. She's doing stretches like yoga. We've got dance with the moon. We've got picnic. We've got you are strong, brave, capable, creative, and ready. And I have a little pin there. We have spread the love. It takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. I've got little things of money here and there. I've got all kinds of little things that symbolize things. New iPhone. I need a new iPhone. I have the iPhone 6, but we do Net 10. We don't do contract. I'm waiting for Net 10 to get a little bit better deal on phone. And my iPhone 6 still works, but I do want a new phone. So we've got the MacBook. That's my goal for this year. By the end of this year, I want to be able to buy a MacBook. I also want an Apple Watch. So we've got some paint stuff here, and this says hope, this says laugh, this says working, this says work from home. We've got we rock, spirit, sexy, lipstick, money. She's dancing, and she's exercising. This says art. This is a camera. This is enjoy. This is the beach, popcorn, movies, feel good, relax. What kind of dream do you have? Books and coffee. This says now, like reminding me to stay in the present, to be mindful. This is home. This is life. This is the High Priestess. She's on a laptop. I love this. This is health with a little avocado face. This is the year I make it happen. So I kind of wanted to just have a good vibe, a happy sort of vibe. And I used up some of the stickers that I had. And I used up some of the stuff from magazines that I had and stuff like that. This is my January projects. Art, beginner mindset, and spiritual and personal growth. Like personal development and growth, and then spiritual growth. And then great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. Vincent van Gogh. And then we have this, which is Saturday. So I have my packing list. It says New Year's Day. We've got a drive to Florida to see Kayla. We've got Florida, like I said, outside of the gate. And then I've got Stephen King's book, Billy Summers. That's what I read when we were on the way to Orlando. I told David it was going to take about 8 or 8.5 hours from where we live. He was like, no, it should take about 6 or 6.5. I said, okay. It did take the 8. This is Happy New Year, and this is from the road in Florida. And then this is when we were at Universal Studios, and I have a bunch of pictures and some washi tape that looks like tickets. And this is David with the guitar from the Back to the Future display. He was so disappointed that the Back to the Future ride wasn't there anymore. But he did get to see the DeLorean, and he does have a picture of himself with the DeLorean. So this is part of that stuff for creative journaling, and I have written some notes and asked some questions and stuff like that. This is going to be a lot of different things, which is why back here I have a tracker, but down here I'm going to be using as an index. So whenever I have something like that creative journaling thing, I will write it down. I need to update. I'm not there yet. I've just started. And we were on the road. We were in Florida. We didn't come back until Monday. We didn't get back until Monday afternoon. So I'm catching up on the weekend because I didn't take all of this with me. This was a studio day after home stuff and errands. So I spent the first couple of hours in the morning doing some stuff with my mom, decluttering stuff in the kitchen. And I also started some stuff. And then while some stuff was saving, I went and ran errands. I went to Staples and I went to the grocery store. I put a picture on Instagram and a picture in the Facebook group. I was so excited, y'all. This is my chair without the stuff in it. This is pictures of me working on the studio. And then I've got the You Matter cup and it says Not Today Anxiety. And the thing I need to remember, I was trying to look up something that somebody had a link to in Instagram, but I could not get the link at all. Just the link did not work at all, y'all. I don't know. So I'm going to, not really doing the washi tape a whole lot, but I want to get some of the washi tape that I have used up. So we're going to do this so that it covers that. So I will maybe put a quote here, and then I need to watercolor this, and then I've got some stuff to do from yesterday because this is yesterday, and then I don't have anything for today, and that's it. I don't really have much in here, but I haven't really done anything. I did have this extra piece of vellum, so I put it in October. Okay, so we're down to the last bit of stuff. So the Wonderland 222 planner did not work. Sorry about the noise, y'all. I needed something for work that would work for me. Part of the issue that I was having is that since I started filming the video, I actually rearranged one thing, so if I'm being redundant, I'm sorry. I have a couple of different Moterm covers, and this is the Pebble Black, and this is my work thing. There's some other things that are projects, but they're that one's separate. So this is the Jibun Techo Biz. I like that it's pretty mellow. I am actually tracking. Oh, that is not where I'm supposed to be. Doggone it. I am tracking headaches, and I have been getting a lot of headaches lately. So I'm tracking headaches. I haven't decided what to put in here yet. I have a few days. Today is, I don't know, what is today, the 6th? I haven't decided what I'm going to put here. First I was thinking about putting expenses that were specifically for work. Then I thought about tracking a lot of things. I don't know. Still don't know what I'm actually going to track on these pages. This is where I'm going to put my goals. I haven't gotten to that yet. This is the money plan. So these are things that actually have to do with my stuff. So internet, TubeBuddy, Amazon Prime, Audible, Google. I have a couple of things that I haven't put. The money I spent at Staples, the money I spent on Amazon for this book that I'm going to be using for the creative journaling. It's one of the books. So I'll be listing things throughout the month. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might start putting my favorite thumbnail of the month. I don't know. I have no idea. This was my practice trying to figure out how I wanted to do this. These are YouTube videos. It gives me enough space to do 2 per week and then a little extra. Hopefully I'll be doing that. This is Patreon. I need to put 2 things in there because I've already done 2 things for Patreon in the new year. This is the recommendation list. This is the list for whenever people recommend things and I want to check them out. And if I get it, that's cool. Over here, I can put a smiley face or a frowny face. Did I like it? Did I love it? You know, I don't know. I'll put a heart if I love it, and a smiley face if I like it, and a frowny face if I don't. This is my book list. So I finished Billy Summers. This is The Outsider. These are fiction. This is favorite. So whatever it is, it could be books, it could be pens, it could be anything, whatever my favorites are. This is gifts received and gifts given, and the received part, I want to keep up with things like for Happy Mail. Like if somebody actually sends me Happy Mail, not mail that I receive that makes me happy, like a package or something, but like that I ordered, but actual Happy Mail. This is gifts given, so either I send somebody Happy Mail or I send a thank you card, and I will put down what it says. Or I send a thank you card, and I'll just mark what I do and the date. This is nonfiction books, and this is fiction books. Alright, and then I don't know what I'm going to do here. This is the tracker. I tried in December kind of trying to figure out what way I might do. Did I want to do dots, X's? Did I want to do little squares so I could double the things I was tracking? How, you know, split them up? What did I want to do? So I'm just using these, and I realized that these dark blue, they bleed through the darker colors, so I won't be using those anymore. And then we get to, after the trackers, this was December's calendar, and this is January's calendar, and I need to write some things in the very beginning parts of this. I'm so sorry about the glare, but this can put Happy New Year, and then put went to Florida, and then put Universal Studios with Kayla, and then put came back home from Florida. This is what I'm doing right now. And then we have the calendars until, I think, March. Yeah, we have the calendars until March. So here's January stuff. This is where we're at right now. I've got some stuff I want to add here, but as you can see, I'm doing that stuff. And then we have weeklies all the way through, and I did tab them after the weeklies. It gives you some blank grid pages. And what I like about this is that because of the way that the beginning of January falls, so the 1st of January at the end of this year, well, the 1st of January for the beginning of next year falls on a Sunday. So they have this week from the 2nd to the 8th in here, and then they have some blank grid pages, and then you have looking back on 2022. I plan to write down what I think about the month in January, and I have 2 boxes. So one might be work and one might be just in general, like my projects or whatever. This is personal data stuff, and then that's it. And then here I have, this is a notebook called Endless. The sticker came with it. Ideas are endless. It is a Tomo River paper notebook. And this is sort of the notes to self kind of thing. But what I'm doing in this is a little bit more than that. I have a creative journaling project for this year that I really want to work on. It's part of what the beginning of it's going to be in January. I'm going to do the whole first quarter about one part, and then hopefully I will be able to follow through throughout the rest of the year. So this says, you are more than your job title. Your contribution extends well beyond a list of bullet points, which I think is very important. Then we have the contents. My ideas and thoughts and plans, really, when I get down to the nitty-gritty of stuff, sometimes when I'm in a big, important international meeting and you see me writing stuff down, it might be that I'm just drawing. And then we get to, this is the first quarter. This is January through June, so I've only done 6 months. If this lasts, I will do another log. So then we get to here, which is the projects. Well, I have spiritual journaling down here, but this is really more about, this is the creative stuff. So we've got all 12 months, and I kind of color coded. I'm going to color these, and there's no real color for April, so I think I'm going to put a color there, maybe some pink. So we've got for February, for the creative journaling, finding your zen. For January, we've got beginner mindset. For March, we've got getting out of our comfort zone. So these are things I want to cover, and this is the same with the spiritual practice, but I'm going to put that in the other notebook. So this is where January starts. We must stop regarding unpleasant or unexpected things as interruptions of real life. The truth is that interruptions are real life. It's another C.S. Lewis quote. The Wonderland 222 planner not working out for me gave me a chance to try something different, which is this, and that gave me a chance to combine these two together. I really think that that was sort of serendipitous, because this is working out. This is going to work out much better, because in the beginning I was kind of just having this all by itself, and then this was sort of in the front of the Hobonichi, which was taking up too much room, making it way too thick. So I need to write down, I've got things that I've started, I need to put things down, because this is just for those. And then I did some journaling about how journaling has helped me. Just some thought processing about journaling. This was an article, this right here. It was not very big. It had a big picture about the power of the pause, which has been several different TED Talks as well. So I put pause potential. That was a coffee chat for Patreon that I did, that went up yesterday. So this is stuff about mindfulness, walking, meditation, reading, and coffee break. And I have different pictures that I've added with, and then I can do some journaling because this is going to be prompt journaling, so it's part of the creative journaling. The thing about this is that the pages are numbered, which is great. I have a key in case it's something that I need. I have some icons for the planning and then some ephemera bits for the creative stuff. I'm going to be doing creative journaling in a variety of journals because not everybody has this journal or that journal, and I want to show all different kinds. So we're talking all the way from composition notebooks to traveler's notebooks to Hobonichi to other kinds of notebooks. This is my personal and private planner and journal. I take this with me, and I can put bits when I'm out and about, like, so you could sort of, it could be sort of a travel journal. This came from the same person as the stickers, the sparkle, and then this says finance tracking, but this is going to be home. If there's something that I get that could be work or home, I'll highlight it. This is the calendars, and like I talked about in the beginning, I'm a calendar and a list person. So on these pages, I put the things down that we're going to be paying that are going to come out. I did pre-decorate a lot of this. And you get plenty of room, and it is undated. These inserts from Pebble Stationery Co. And then this is, and I'm going to cover this up because I don't want this. These were undated. These are weekly, and they're undated. These are about a 4mm or so grid, dot grid. And then back here, we have the Pebble Stationery Co. insert that I got that's Tomoe River paper. It's 200 pages of dot grid, and this dot grid is about 5mm. So it's about the same as the Crossfield from Nanami paper. So I'm doing journaling, personal journaling, some watercolor, some notes and ideas and list things. I tried some tracking. I do lists, I do notes. I'm going to go back in when I finish this and write about it. This is something that I'm reading for therapy. Planners and journals for 2022. Made a list. This is 2022. I've got to put a picture here. And then I've got my list of things and then my to-do list, which is broken down because these are the projects that I'm working on. But I've also got some things broken down that have to do with house stuff. We've got journaling for beginners, which was this is where I can be messy. And then that's pretty much it. So if I've got an idea, I can do some brainstorming in here. This is for me. This is not for social media. I won't most likely be showing this again. I may show a page in it for whenever I want to do the private personal journaling, how I do that. And then that will probably be all for the creative journaling. Last but not least, this was given to me for Christmas. It is a Carolina pad notebook. Spiral, y'all. So when you open it, it's this plastic kind of thing. It has pockets in each side. And then you have the calendars for 2021, 2022, 23, 24. I highlighted the Sundays because the calendars are Sunday starts. So I highlighted all the Sundays with purple because I don't do a Sunday start, and Sunday's usually my day off. We've got special dates, which may end up being more like my index. This is where I did the Power of Pause, the coffee chat for Patreon. I wrote down a little bit about the planner lineup for 2022. I did get this Pentel Energel Violet something is what it's called. I really, really like this pen. It's a beautiful color. So some of my goals and focuses this year, that's what I wrote down. I didn't want to miss out on that, and I will write some more down because I'm going to do a blog post. And that's pretty much it, y'all. We've got, I think that covered everything, I think. I still have some journals and stuff, and I still have the spiritual stuff. So I will see y'all again very soon. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you've made it this far, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have a great one. I'll see you again real soon. Bye, y'all.